All right, so here we are. I swear every time I do one of these, I get more questions. Okay, so I'm gonna just preface this by saying there are a lot of spoiler-related questions here. I won't be able to answer them directly, just like last time. A lot of it's gonna be like, oh, you'll have to wait and see, or who knows, or something like that, like just like vague answers like that. But I'll try what I can without giving anything away. Some of it I'll be able to answer more directly when it comes to that. But anyway, let's just get right into it. I tried to get most of the spoiler ones near the start, so that way it's not going to be too repetitive as it goes on in here. Okay. So Supersonic Samuel Beyond 22 asked a few questions, and a lot of them were just kind of related to why I did certain things. So the first one is, why did Robin quit when in the comics Dick Grayson was fired by Batman? See, I always preferred it where it was Dick Grayson's choice. I think it does more for his character if it's his own choice to leave rather than Batman being like, that's it, you're done, bye. And then him like, well, I'll show you. I like it better where there's conflict there and both of them have regrets. And like Batman's left thinking, what could I have done better, Second question, why was Damian introduced at the same time as Jason when he was Robin? I like the idea, and I had Alfred kind of speculate on this. I like the idea that after losing Dick, Bruce tried to fill his life with as many people as possible, so he ended up with 3 Robins at the same time. And also, I think a team of Robins is more interesting than having them one at a time. I really found it interesting to write, and I just think it made things cooler. Why didn't you make Dick Grayson the leader of the Teen Titans? Well, he's a bit busy being Batman. I prefer Dick Grayson as leader of the Teen Titans than Damian. If you can even say Damian's the leader. I don't know if you could say he's the leader or not, kind of. But because of the way that the story worked out, it just made more sense for Damian to lead the Teen Titans here. How did Hush bring back Jason? So the thing is, Jason didn't actually die. He was just injured, like majorly, to the point where he was like on death's door. Hush performed surgery and saved his life. Jason didn't actually die. It was just Hush, like working his miracle surgery. Why did you make Jason the new Joker? Yeah, so that was kind of gutsy. I'll give myself some credit there. I really liked the idea of Jason just going completely off the rails. Like, he's just a total, like, everything's just going wrong in his life, and it's just one thing after another. His sanity's deteriorating. I thought it was just logical for Jason to become the next Joker. Just like Dick Grayson became the next Batman. It's like a cycle. It's like the more things change, the more they stay the same, That's kind of what I tried to do there. And using Jason as the Heath Ledger version, I think also made more sense. I liked him as the unstable anarchist who's just kind of like given up. But I don't know. I really like Jason as Joker. So then I have a few questions that are kind of similar. So Red Robin Studios asks, will you ever introduce Tim Drake on your Batman show or Titans show? I forgot if he appeared. Like, Tim Drake's there. He's already there. Johnny Boy Productions asks, are you going to still continue your Batman series? So, I mentioned this in the last Q&A, but yes, the story of Batman is not done. I will go back to that. There's just some stuff I want to do first. Jabba Boy 02 Gaming says, how long does it take for you to make a Lego stop motion series, and will there be another Lego Batman season with Dick Grayson as Batman? So, yeah, there will be another season or new series, I guess, with Dick Grayson as Batman. It takes, so the writing process, if I know exactly where I'm going, can take a couple weeks, if not like even less of a time. Well, mind you, that's for an episode. For a series, it could take like months to write. And then the filming process can take another maybe 1 month. And then once I have all the lines from everyone I need, then it would take me another couple weeks to do to do all those lines. So the editing after that, again, that might be like 1 week. So I guess you could say all in all 5 months maybe. If there's no like interruptions, if all of my voice actors get me their lines, 5 months is generally what it would take to do it's a season anyway. Cubs Zero Productions. How are you able to make all the episodes for a season so fast? So a lot of the time I really know exactly where I'm going. I plan everything out before I start writing the season. A lot of the times I plan from the beginning of the series. Like with Teen Titans, I knew exactly where season 5 was going to go, like where things were going to be by then. I'm currently writing it at the moment. I'm just over the halfway point. So I guess it's just a matter of knowing where you're going that helps the speed, and I like to really stay focused. I limit myself from distractions. I try to keep myself away from the internet while I'm writing, just stuff like that. Then Citrus546 says, I would be really interested in seeing your scripts for episodes or what your process of writing them is like. Yeah, so I keep them all in Word documents. In season 2 of Batman, I did it out of order, and that threw me off big time. So ever since then, I've been trying really hard to just do it in order. I plan ahead if I have to, but I do it in order, and that way it gets done the most efficiently, and it gets done with the most sense. Oh boy, I'm gonna butcher this name. Olufemi Akinpelu. I don't know. I'm sorry. Will you return to your Batman series with Dick as Batman, and do you have any plans of bringing back Bruce? The Bruce question is one of those spoiler ones I cannot answer. But yes, I'm going to return to Dick as Batman, and I have some things planned for that. Joker 1940. When is your Batman series coming back? So it's going to be a while. I have a lot of things that I want to get through first, but if everything goes as planned, it shouldn't take too long. A lot of it depends on my voice actors. But I've been told by one of them that they're going to be a lot faster going forward. And then Dominic Santalucia. When you go back to your Batman series, will Hush or Jason be the main villain? Maybe both. One of them is going to open the season, and the other one is going to show up later on. I know that much. They will. I know that those were two loose ends that I intentionally left hanging there. Cubs Zero Productions asks, if you ever return to Dick and Tim and Gotham in a series, will it be a new show or season 5 of Batman? I actually thought about this. I had to make a decision there, and I decided that it's going to be a new show. Just probably something called like the New Batman Adventures, New Lego Batman Adventures, because New Batman Adventures is taken. But I wanted to set it apart, but at the same time, I want it to be clear that it's not a reboot. It's a continuation. It's just I wanted Lego Batman to technically be finished, because I think that it has a really good ending the way it turned out, and I'm really pleased with it the way it happened. I don't want to change that. Even if the story's continuing, I want the series to be able to have that ending, Elsa Campos, are you going to start the Batman series again, and what would be your first arc? That's kind of spoilerific, but I will start the Batman series again. Then Olufemi Akinpelu, I'm still butchering your name. Will Tim Drake or Dick Grayson make an appearance in your Teen Titans series? So I don't plan on it, and the reason is I want to make it so that they're two separate stories. It's the same reason I'm not planning to have Jason Todd show up. I want it to be clear that this is its own entity, and that Batman's story stays mostly in Gotham. Because I don't know. There's going to be some characters who show up from Gotham, like from Batman, like every once in a while, that you haven't met yet, or not in this series. But Dick and Tim are not planned to be among them. Kobe Hubbard says he has 3 questions. One of them is, will there be any Gotham villains? And will Dick and Tim show up? And sort of answered that one. The one about the Gotham villains actually specifically asked, will there be any of Gotham villains in Season 3? Yes. Yes, you'll just have to see. Someone from Batman is going to show up. Then asked, will there be a High Five? Well, I've introduced Gizmo, Jinx, Kid Wicked. What do you think the odds are? Oh, this is going to be one of those questions where I just kind of answer it and, you'll have to wait and see. Red Robin Studios asks, is Trigon the next season villain? It's okay if you don't answer that because it's spoilery. It is spoilery. I can't say. Official, oh my god, is it official Dick? Official DIKK. It's official DJKK. Sorry, I have bad eyesight. Will Trigon be the big bad for Season 3? Again, I just have to keep my mouth shut on that one. YT_Blaze Saber Gaming. Do you have plans of bringing back Rose and making her an official Teen Titan? Also, will Kid Flash and Aqualad become full members? I have plans. I can't say what they are. All I have to say is, it's all I can say. Wait and see. And this is kind of in that spoilery question streak I was talking about. Jordan Films asks, will Raven and Robin be a couple? I'll have to wait and see. And Diego Garcia, whenever you do another Teen Titans season, will you add the character Red X? Wait and see. I'm getting really good at saying wait and see, aren't I? Arkham Fanboy Productions. You might not be able to answer this one because it could be spoiler related, but will the Doom Patrol appear in your Teen Titans series at some point? Say it with me, man. Wait and see. God, I wish I could say more. Man. And then Supersonic Samuel Beyond 22. If the Justice League ever returns, will there be new members? Yeah, if they come back, which they might. Yes, there would be new members in theory. Again, that's me dodging some spoiler stuff. Red Robin Studios, is there any new series like Justice League or something else coming up? Yeah, there's some things coming up. I have several series planned for Lego DC after Teen Titans. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. One of them you already know is Batman. And then you can try and figure out what the other 5 are. I might have some mini series in there. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And there might be some mini-sodes. Again, I haven't decided. I know that there's going to be one other thing that's going to be just one episode of it is going to be happening in between each of those series just to kind of keep a certain plate spinning. I can't say anything without giving it away. So, Ronnie Mustafim. I hope I said that right. It might have been Mustafim or something like that. Do you have plans for Lego Justice League? And again, I have plans. I just can't say what they are. Jordan Films. This is something I can answer. Will Young Justice have a series or return in Teen Titans or Batman? So, Young Justice is not going to have a series. They're going to be their own entity that kind of exists now. So they're going to be showing up every once in a while, but they're not going to have their own series. And Red Robin Studios also asked, are you doing a Young Justice series? And, well, same answer. Cub Zero Productions. How many seasons of Teen Titans are planned? 5. There are 5 planned. And I intend for it to stay that way. Because the way I'm writing it in Season 5 is I'm gearing up for the end, you know? I'm getting there. Cub Zero Productions asked, how old are each of the Teen Titans as of Season 2? Now, this was also asked by Kayish, who asked, how old do you picture all the main characters to be? And also, is Kid Flash around Nightwing's age? And Kyle Taylor asked, how old are Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Jason Todd, Bruce Wayne, and Barbara Gordon? So, I'm just going to put up my own reference chart that I have. This is the age that I imagine everyone to be. Or, for the ones on here who are dead, the ones that's the age they were when they died. So that's my point of reference for when it comes to aging. And Cub Zero Productions also asked, will Robin grow? Oh, God. Yes, he will. And Kyle Taylor also asked, why is Damian short compared to the other Titans? So let me explain here. So he is the youngest, but at the same time, I had planned for him to get the larger legs, but I wanted to give it time because I didn't know that the medium-sized legs existed until I was already partway through here, like the series as a whole. So when someone pointed it out to me, I was like, oh my God, I can just give him medium-sized legs, but it's pretty late in the series that he gets his legs, that he actually starts growing, and it's kind of hilarious, but just know it sort of makes sense because it's his age. He is the youngest, and some people are just short. I'm not, but some people are just short, and I've learned to accept that. And Damian's one of those people who's just short, and he's just taking a while to grow. I mean, he's a preteen. It makes some sense, right? I don't know. Don't worry, he'll grow. And then Jordan Films asked, what are the time periods in your DC series? Is there a planned year for each, or did it not cross your mind? So, okay. So Beginnings had like a large gap between the first and second half of the season. It was something like 8 years. I know that I documented it for certain somewhere. I just don't know. I don't remember the exact. And then over the course of the main Batman series, it was about 2 years. Teen Titans takes place over the course of 2 years as well. So like there is like a planned time frame for each. Then there's a few questions that are quite similar. MC Multigamer 8, do you have plans on doing a Lego Superman series? Jordan Films asked, can you say if you have any other DC series planned like Superman? Unknown Passenger said, any chance of a Superman series? And Gravity Films 4 said, any plans to do anything with Superman? So, to answer all in one, I have plans. Remember, there's 5 other series in DC that I haven't specified what they are. What do you think the odds are that one of those is Superman? Huh? Don't Change My Screen Name asks, how many more seasons of Teen Titans are left? 3, because there's 5 total and we're 2 down. Cub Zero Productions, how far have you planned for DC? Like I said, there's 6 more series, so pretty far. Supersonic Samuel Beyond 22, how do you think of episode ideas for the DC universe? So writing for DC is just the same as writing for anything else, really. You got to know what the characters' motivations are. Once you know that, then just see where the story is going to stem and go. And if it looks like it's going to align, great. Then plan ahead with that accordingly. If it doesn't look like it's going to align, see what you can do to make it align, like environmentally. So the trick is just staying true to the DC characters as much as you can, and then it'll all work out, really. And if you plan ahead, like I always do, it makes it easier. Kyle Taylor, how do you structure your stories? Usually, when Film Night Studios also ask, what is your writing process and how does it work for you? So I'll answer this with the same thing. What I usually do when I'm writing an episode is I write out an order of events. It's usually like a paragraph. After that, I split it into scenes and I write the script for each individual scene and I just string them all in. And then it all just kind of fits in. Now, sometimes if I know exactly where I'm going from the beginning, I'll just get right into the script. But generally, that's what I do first. I do the order of events first. Cub Zero Productions, what's coming after Teen Titans Season 2? Now, hopefully Teen Titans Season 3. It's either that or it's going to be something else I've been working on. It's based on like a Lego 90s toy line. It's split into 4 movies because each one's going to be about like 20 minutes. And I have the first 2 of the 4 filmed. I just don't have the lines for them yet. So once I have that, if I get the lines for that before I get the lines for Teen Titans Season 3, then it'll come out first, the first one of those 2. And then after that, I imagine it'll be Teen Titans Season 3, or it'll be the other way around. Either way, it's one of those 2. Then there's Cub Zero Productions also asked, have you considered doing a Nightwing Season 2? I have, actually. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I have thought about filling in that gap between Nightwing Season 1 and the time where Nightwing shows up in Batman Season 3. So, never say never. I might do it. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Ronnie Mustafim or Mustafim, still don't know which one's the right one. It might be both are wrong, honestly, knowing me. What camera and stop motion software do you use? So for the camera, I use an old Nikon camera, and it's like from 2004. Now, I can feel your judgment, and let me explain why I'm using this one still. So I have 2 computers that I use for the animating. So like 2 laptops. One of them is for the animation and the writing, and the other one is for the voice recording and the Photoshop and that kind of thing. Now, this camera is the only one that works with both of these 2 laptops, and the reason I have both of these 2 laptops is just simply because they're both really expensive, but neither of them work very well, and I don't have the money to buy new stuff. It's all because it'd be a lot of stuff. If I were to buy one new computer, I'd have to buy a new camera. If I were to buy a new camera, I'd have to buy a new computer, and it's a lot. And to answer the software question, I actually use Windows Live Movie Maker from 2011. I find that it's the most efficient movie maker, and it's also the cheapest stop motion software you can get, and it actually works. So that's what I use. When it comes to like editing, I use, like I said, I use Audacity for the voice recording. I use Paint sometimes for the effects. I use Photoshop for some as well, and Adobe After Effects. And then I use Squirrel's Water Reflections for rain and snow. And then Joseph Weber also asked, what software do you use for the animations you do? And Simon asked, what program do you use? And yeah, same answer. I try to keep it simple, but which I know sounds kind of silly considering I have 2 computers and a camera. But what works for me works, you know? Cub Zero Productions also asks, what happened to Cyborg's arm? Why is it broken? Okay. So what I didn't realize when I got him, which I guess I should have realized, is this wasn't an actual Lego figure. It was one of those Chinese knockoffs. So, naturally, once when I was trying to... It was during... While I was filming Ravager, I had to have Ravager cut his arm off, if you remember. And when I removed his arm, somehow the arm broke and his hand just came out. So, and it just kind of like splintered and stuff. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I had to glue everything as much as I could, and it did not come out well. So I've just blamed it on Ravager ever since. Like in story wise, I've just been like, well, Ravager did that. And they're like, wow, look at your arm. Yeah, that was Ravager. Like, I think I referenced it in season 1 at one point. Or if I know I reference it at some point. I know I've referenced it. But yes, that's what happened to Cyborg's arm. And that's that. Jordan Films asks, what does Sigma-Tune mean? I was wondering if anyone would notice that. So what that means is at the end of every video, at the end of the credits, it says a Sigma-Tune production. So the reason I put that there, when I was a little kid, I was always into like writing and stuff and doing movies and that kind of thing. And I had it in my head that like if I did it, my production company would be Sigma-Tune. I don't know why or where that came from, but I had it. And when I did my first video, my first Lego Batman video, I put it in the credits because I was like, you know what? Let's just see what happens. And I've just put it there ever since. And I don't know like if I consider it to be an actual production like now, but it's just a habit at this point, you know. I do it, and so I think that the young me would be pretty happy about that. Jordan Films asks, what season of Teen Titans is your favorite that you've released? So of the 2 that I've released, it's season 2. I find that with each one that is released, I like it better, and you might see that as it goes on. Solar Eclipse asks, Lego Bionicle or Agents? Why not both? Okay, but I've mentioned in the past that I want to do both of those, and I do still. It's just that if I were to do one, it'd be Agents first because I have all the sets for that collected. With Bionicle, it's going to take a long time to collect things. I'm still collecting them. So, Agents first. If either of them happen, which they will, it's going to be Agents. Kyle Arkham. Do you have any plans for anything outside the DC universe, like Marvel or an original show like you did with Pirates? Yeah, Bionicle, Agents, that 90s thing that I mentioned that I'm still working on. And I've considered doing my own story. I considered it, but it's just there's so much, that I have planned that I don't know how it would fit in or when it would fit in. And Jennifer E. asked, I understand that in your last Q&A you said that you had lost interest in doing a Lego Spider-Man series, but at some point in the future would you plan on getting back around to it? I mean, I don't know. I still have the figures that I collected. I've been using some of the parts for them on some characters. I don't know. It's really... I don't know. I'll figure it out in the future. If I ever want to do it again, I'll do it. But right now, I don't know. I don't know. Nemesis Primal 136. Can you please do a Star Wars video? This is another thing I've thought about. I collected a lot of Star Wars figures, and I couldn't figure it out why. For those of you who know, I'm a big fan of the old timeline, the pre-Disney timeline, like the expanded universe, and part of me has considered doing that. Like just doing the Lego Star Wars expanded universe so that story's told. But I don't know. I guess a part of me wants to do it whether I know it or not. So maybe I'll do it. We'll see someday. I don't know. Kyle Taylor asks, will Pirates return? Yeah, there's going to be one last hurrah for Pirates. I just didn't feel right leaving it the way I did at the end of Revenge of the Pirates with Captain Cutlass laying dead in the water. There's one more that's going to happen. I'm still writing it. I collected everything I need for it. I don't know. It'll be a while before it comes out, I think, but it'll happen. There will be one last chapter for Pirates. Morning Star, do you have any plans for a Birds of Prey series or film in the future? No, I don't. It's not to say that the team might not happen. It's just that I'm definitely not planning on doing a whole series or a movie about them. Jordan Films asks, who's your least favorite character of yours and episode? So I had to think about that one for the character. The episode one was kind of easy, but the character, I'd say Merlin, and like Malcolm Merlin. And it's not that I don't think I wrote him well. I'm fine. I'm fine with the way I wrote him. I just think maybe I shouldn't have killed him. I killed him. I put him on the team, the Suicide Squad, because I needed someone there, and I used him incorrectly, in my opinion. Just in terms of wasting him, I think. Now, I could try to rectify that in the future, but for now, I just have a sour taste in my mouth about him. As for episode, The Hostage Game, Teen Titans Season 1. I don't dislike it, it's just... it's just so insane that I'm just like, okay, that happened. I wrote that, and it happened. But it had to happen because Kitten had to appear. It had to get that out of the way. I don't think anyone acted out of character in it. It's more just, ridiculous, Arkham Fanboy Productions, what is your favorite episode of your Teen Titans series so far? Okay, now we're back to feeling good about myself. So, the ones that I've uploaded, it's the Ravager episodes. I really like how they turned out. In terms of ones that not uploaded, there is one near the end of season 4 that I love. I love the way it turned out. My dad did too. It was my dad's favorite before he died. He saw the script for it and he just said, "Wow, just wow." And I don't know. I like Oh, it's so good. I really like it. Jordan Films asks, what original character that you made is your favorite? I like Jester the Clown. He and Joker had some of the funniest scenes. So there's that. This character actually hasn't been introduced yet. My favorite original one. He's going to be introduced in Teen Titans Season 3. But yeah, Jester is a close second. I had a lot of fun writing Jester and his interactions with Joker. Just so, like, poor guy. You know. Necromage, who are your top 5 favorite villains that have appeared in your episodes? This one I actually had to think about. And this is in no particular order. One of them is a Season 3 Teen Titans villain who you haven't met yet. But the other 4 you have met. Two-Face and Joker are 2 of them. And then Jason Todd and Bane. I had a lot of fun writing Jason, and I really enjoyed the way Bane turned out in the end. It's Joker. How can you not enjoy writing Joker? And Two-Face, I liked bringing him to the forefront when, in my opinion, in Batman the Animated Series, he was kind of shafted sometimes. But I don't know. And then for the last villain in Season 3, you'll see why he's one of my favorites. He is so... I think I did a good job making him kind of creepy. So, yeah. Cub Zero Productions asks, what is the Hyper Clan? I've never heard of them before your series. Are they something you created, or are they from the comics? So they're from the comics. What I knew going into Season 2 was I wanted the White Martians to be the villains, but I didn't know much about them, so I did a lot of research. And I found out that Hyper Clan was their kind of like their vanguard, you know? They were sent in disguised as like heroes to infiltrate the Earth and like just take out the Justice League. They failed, obviously, but I instantly knew, like, okay, I want to use that. I want them because, like, they're not very well known. I can have a nice twist with them, and I can do it all with I can make it interesting, and I like the way that it turned out with Hyper Clan. Alan Morallo asked, was Lena Luthor in any of the comics prior to her appearance in your Lego Teen Titans series, or was she an original character that you made up? So I didn't make her up. I don't know where her first appearance was. I think it was Supergirl, but like the TV show, but I'm not certain. I know that she also appeared in DC's Superhero Girls. And I don't know like if she originated in the comics or not. I know she's in the comics now, but I did not make her up. She is real. Arkham Fanboy Productions says, have you seen the Doom Patrol TV series, and if so, what do you think of it? And what are your thoughts on the show Titans if you've seen it? So, I'm not really a fan of either one. I think that I think it's the opposite problems with each of them. I think, in my opinion, Titans takes itself too seriously. And it's sort of similar to Gotham in that it relies too much on shock value. And then with Doom Patrol, I don't think it takes itself seriously enough. And honestly, it's just not my thing. So if you enjoy those two series, great. It's just neither of them are for me. Arkham Fanboy Productions asked also, what is your favorite live-action DC show? So the first 2 seasons of Arrow I really liked. It's not that I disliked it after that. It's just the first 2 seasons I just thought were so good. You know, like the way they built up Deathstroke and Merlin, and I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. And I liked Sarah Lance. She was really cool. And CNR Studios asked, what are your top 5 favorite comic lines? Now, I think that they mean storylines. So, Long Halloween, Nightfall, Blackest Night, the Venom Saga from Spider-Man, and the Judas Contract. I'd say those are my top 5 favorites. Arkham Fanboy Productions returns and asked, have you seen the Adam West Batman series? And if so, what do you think of it? I haven't seen the full series. I've seen episodes of it, and I own the movie, like from 1966, and it's exactly what you think it is. If you know what you're getting into, it's great. It's amazing. It's hilarious. It's everything that destroyed Batman in the 70s before Tim Burton kind of took it back and saved it. But it's wonderful, you know? It's extremely ridiculous, and it's a lot of fun. So yes, I like the Adam West Batman series, despite how ridiculous it is. Cub Zero Productions asked, what do you do for a living? So I work at a pet food store. I work about 10.5 hours a day on 5 days a week. Well, one of those days it's 8 hours. Totals to about 50 hours a week. So I don't really get much time to do anything anymore except on my weekend, which is Sunday, Monday. The job's fine. There's a lot of pets who come in. I like dogs. I like cats. There's some stray cats on the property that I take care of. It's okay. It's what I do for a living. It's at least for now, Cub Zero Productions also asks, who is your favorite Teen Titans member? I'd say it's either Raven or Starfire, depending on the version and depending on, honestly, the situation. But it's usually one of those two. Raven's innate snarkiness is just so relatable, and Starfire, you just feel like, I don't know, she's just so pure sometimes. Arkham Fanboy Productions asks, who's your favorite Teen Titans villain that isn't Deathstroke? Trigon. I'd say Trigon. There's just, if he's done correctly, there's an element of mystery around him that is just so freaky, and it can be made like really intimidating, or it can be blown, and I'm gonna aim for the really intimidating route with Trigon. Kyle Taylor, any storylines you want to adapt? There are lots, but if I say any of them, it'll count as a spoiler, and I don't want to spoil anything yet. Incredible Brick Productions, who is your favorite Batman villain? This is a really hard one, and it should be so easy because I get asked this quite often. Now sometimes it's the Joker, or it's Poison Ivy, or it's Two-Face, or it's Riddler. It's one of those four, and it always seems to shift between those four for different reasons. Because Joker, it's kind of obvious. Poison Ivy, I just think that she is really, there's a real gray line with her, and it's just so fascinating to watch with her morality. Two-Face is just so underappreciated all the time. And then Riddler, I mean, he's just a big egomaniac, and he is so annoying, but he is so interesting. And then Kyle Taylor asks, what's your favorite DC comic? The Long Halloween is excellent. I've said this in the last Q&A, I think. It is excellent. It is flawless. If you haven't read it, read it. It is great. The Long Halloween. Kyle Taylor also asks, what's your favorite Marvel comic or movie? So, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy is actually my favorite thing that Marvel's done. After that, it's Spider-Man the Animated Series from the 90s. But I don't know. I like the Raimi trilogy quite a bit. Trent Lego Studios, what is your favorite Batman the Animated Series episode? So there's 3 that I shift between. One of them is Almost Got Him, because obviously. One of them is If You're So Smart, Why Aren't You Rich? And the last one, which may surprise you, is Joker's Wild, of all episodes. I just think it is the perfect Joker episode, and it's great. Cub Zero Productions, and actually there are a few questions here that are similar. Cub Zero Productions, Johnny Boy Productions, and Official DJKK. See, I got it, DJKK, not DIKK. All asked if I've seen the Snyder Cut and what my opinion is on it. So I have not seen it. Honestly, I didn't even watch the original Justice League. I kind of just gave up on the DC Extended Universe after Batman vs. Superman. Because I was just like, what the heck? So I've heard that the Snyder Cut is better, despite the fact that Jared Leto appeared in it. I've heard that Darkseid's in it, and he looks really good. But I have not seen it myself, and I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know. We'll see. And then oh god, I hope I'm saying this right. Bowwoman. Maybe it's Bowwoman. Favorite video games. I have 3. Arkham City, Sly Cooper 2, Band of Thieves, and Skyrim, which I can honestly just bury myself in for like weeks. Jennifer E. asks, have you ever watched any Jurassic Park movies? I've seen the first one, and I liked it, but I haven't seen any of the others, and from what I hear, that's a good thing. Red Robin Studios asks, what type of Pokemon would the Titans be? Okay. Starfire's Jigglypuff. Beast Boy is Meowth. Robin is Cubone. Cyborg is Machoke. And Raven is Alakazam. Let's go with Alakazam. Yeah, sure. Alan Moralo asks, do you have a favorite character from the Star Wars Expanded Universe? And if so, who? Yeah, Jaina Solo. I really like Jaina. I think that she was a really well done character. She went through a lot, and I just wish we could have seen her story continue or finish or, something. At least she got her own Black Series figure eventually. Cub Zero Productions. You've asked a lot of questions. Are the Hush and Killing Joke animated films good or worth watching? The reviews have been very mixed, so I'm wondering if I should watch them. Okay, so with Hush, if you like the comic, you'll like the movie, because honestly, it's pretty much the same. I myself didn't really like the comic much. I didn't dislike it. It's just I thought that some of the Catwoman and Batman stuff was really forced, and I felt like it was too unfocused. I don't know. The art was beautiful, and some of it was really good. I liked that Killer Croc got more focus, and it was good seeing Harley show up for the first time in like a major comic. I mean, aside from her own, which she did in like Roller Coaster of Love, I believe. But I felt that there just wasn't, I don't know, I just didn't really like the comic very much, so I didn't really like the movie very much. But Killing Joke, it's sort of different because I love the comic. I mean, I think it's not perfect, but the movie is, it's like the first half of it is just garbage. but aside from like the Joker scenes, are good throughout, but the stuff with Batgirl and Batman is just like ridiculously horrible, and it did not need to be there. Like, we know how important Batgirl is to Batman. We don't need to have this forced on us, which but the second half of the movie is perfect. Like, the stuff with the whole ending is amazing. So basically, if you're going to watch the movie, just start in the middle and just go from there and pretend that there was nothing before that. So that's what I would say between those two movies. And then the last question. Randall asks, this is quite a loaded one, top 10 live action shows and top 10 animated shows for you. Okay, so I actually had to think about this one because otherwise I'd be just sitting here all day. So the animated ones from the bottom to top: Spider-Man the Animated Series, The Batman, Teen Titans, Batman Beyond, Ruby, Beware the Batman, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, Batman the Animated Series, and number 1 is Justice League the Animated Series. There's some other animated shows I wanted to include on that list, but I just couldn't fit on there, like Superman the Animated Series, Miraculous, Till Drama Island, that kind of stuff. Then for the live action, go bottom to top, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. I just think it was the best of the Power Rangers seasons, aside from In Space, but Lost Galaxy was just kind of darker. Better Call Saul, Game of Thrones. Again, this is before the show went off the rails, so basically up until season 5. Community, Hercules the Legendary Journeys, Xena Warrior Princess, Superstore, The Office, Haven, and number one is Breaking Bad. So that's what I would say anyway, for my top 10. That was easier to condense them, because I find that I actually watch more animated shows than I do live action shows. Like, now that this made me realize that. Okay, so that was all the questions for this Q&A. Thanks for asking, and I don't know, thanks for your engagement and all that. I forgot to mention this, when I do Pirates, the third one, I'm going to dedicate it in my grandfather's memory, because he just recently died. I know, less than a year after my dad. So while Teen Titans is going to be dedicated to Ken McFarlane's memory, Pirates is going to be dedicated to Lawrence McFarlane's memory, because he voiced Rom Ramshackle in it. He helped me quite a bit with honestly, throughout all the series. He helped paint. He helped decorate a lot of the characters and a lot of the sets, and he was a great guy. So I guess I'll just be sure to put him in there. So thanks everyone for listening to me ramble for this long, and have a good one. I'll see you whenever I get to my next work. Okay, bye.